Oh my god, the latest Star Wars Episode 9 trailer dropped. And I have to wait now because I have a day job now, so I have to wait to do trailer reactions. But I still want to do them if people are patient enough to watch them with me. So let's get into it. Let's start.
We've passed on all we know. 1,000 generations live in you now. But this is your fight. We'll always be with you. No one's ever really gone.
That was more of like a tease in a trailer. I guess what I mean is most trailers, the goal is to entice the audience to watch, the movie, right? So you have to tease people to watch them. But this one, they showed stuff, but it was kind of like they started to show stuff, but then they would leave. Interesting. It was nice to see Lando. Of course, Lando was a highly publicized addition to this movie, with Billy D. Williams. Saw him in, his Lando outfit with his cape and his shirt. He looked a lot like Donald Glover in Solo, right? They could have had him, even though it is the same character, older version, young, they could have had him, he's an older man now, so his total sense of like style and dress could be different because people can change over time. But, he looks exactly the same. It was nice to see him. I hope it's not a bait and switch. Like, we see Lando. We also saw Leia, too. Two of the older, original, beloved characters. I hope that they aren't just in the movie for like 2 seconds. You never see them again. Because Star Wars kind of likes to do that. They like to tease us with nostalgia to get us into things. But then when we watch the movie, it's like the stuff that hooked us is not really in it that much. In Leia's case, I can understand because Carrie Fisher is deceased. So, they can't use her that much. But since Lando was an original character who's back, Billy D. Williams, I hope he's in the movie for more than like 1 or 2 scenes and is an actual like important part of the plot. Like, let me go back. Oh, he's in the Millennium Falcon with, is that Chewie? I think he's next to Chewie. That's nice. So, I hope he actually does things and doesn't just appear and then bye. Like Luke Skywalker came back, and he was, milking goats, and then he's depressed old man and just dies in this after this non-fight scene. Oh, that wasn't nice. So, we hear his voice as the narrating, kind of basically telling, I think, Rey. It's assumed that it's Rey because she's the one we see saying, it's all like in you now. This is your fight now. Basically passing the old generation to the new. So, they could trick us and like, he's not really talking to Rey, he's talking to somebody else, but I think he is because she's like the main hero of this new phase of the Star Wars movies. Or will she? Maybe they'll pivot it to somebody else in episode 10. I don't know. So, they are, the saga comes to an end. That's what they say at the end. So they are closing out the Skywalker saga, or are they? Because this movie's called The Rise of Skywalker. So if, as they've been saying, they're closing out the Skywalker saga, why is this called The Rise of Skywalker? So I guess maybe the reveal is that Rey is a Skywalker, and this is the rise of her as this particular Skywalker. But all the other Skywalkers we knew and grew up with, like Luke and Leia and stuff, and people associated with them like Han and all that, they are being phased out. Like that's the Skywalker saga. And I guess Darth Vader, but Darth Vader is long gone. Like that's the Skywalker saga they're closing. Or were they lying to us? Maybe the Skywalker saga is not over. They're going to continue it. Because, if you're ending something, how is it rising at the end? Is it rising just for this one movie and then going away? I'm thinking the rise of Skywalker is Rey. She turns out to be a Skywalker. I was thinking she was going to be a Kenobi. Like a long lost or descendant of the Kenobis, Obi-Wan. Maybe, she's not. She's someone else. Like maybe another grandchild or child of Darth Vader that we didn't know about. That could be it. Because I know J.J. Abrams is going to retcon a lot in The Last Jedi. Rian Johnson, lost his mind and was doing all this. Your parents were nobodies. And it's like, come on. I think that actually would work. I was okay with that. But with all this build up, they couldn't just have Rey be nobody. But I did like the idea that anyone could be, an awesome Force user. It wouldn't just be only people in this one family. Like anyone can be a good, writer or director, right? It's only like one family can like write a book or build a house or whatever, So, but since the Skywalker saga has been such a big part of Star Wars, it's like they got to keep it up or make it the Kenobi saga or whatever. So, I get that. But all in all, it looked okay. It looked, was more of a tease as it is. We saw Kylo doing stuff. We see, Finn and Poe standing around. We see BB-8. We see a lot of people, walking around and doing stuff, teasing. I'm not trying to say there's nothing in the movie, but I'm saying, like I said at the beginning, this trailer is like the start of something. And, I guess they need to have more to reveal to us later on. I suspect that because this is something that J.J. Abrams is doing, it's going to be more of the nostalgic feel that we've associated with, that was in The Force Awakens. It's more of like us. They want us to feel like we would feel watching the old Star Wars movies. I think that's what they want. And so I expect, given what J.J. Abrams did in The Force Awakens and his sensibilities, that it's going to be like they're going to try to do that. I hope that we do see Luke come back as a Force ghost and do stuff rather than just be like this voice saying stuff to people and not having a role. I would love it if there was some way for him to be a physical presence. I think I read somewhere that they were going to do flashbacks to him as older Luke doing action scenes. And if so, that's a great idea. That's wonderful because one of the big tragedies of the Star Wars saga right now is like, we all know that they've got to, phase into the new generation. But the problem is a lot of people feel like they didn't do as much with the older characters while they still had them before it was too late, right? Like Luke shows up, barely does anything, and then he like dies or phase into the Force when we were waiting to see him do some awesome action stuff, right? But now it seems to be too late. Carrie Fisher passed away before we saw maybe her do stuff or interact with Luke more or do other things. Harrison Ford wanted to leave, so, he left. So, it was like they had these characters, Kathleen Kennedy and Rian Johnson had them and then didn't really seem to do much with them before, the expiration date has passed. It's kind of the feeling, right? So I hope that this movie, The Rise of the Skywalker, they said that it's to close out this saga and it's going to be harkening back to all the different other movies and the phases. I hope that they really do. If this is truly the end of the phase of Star Wars most of us grew up with, I hope it really is a respectful send-off and that the older characters who appear in flashbacks or who appear in the actual storyline are treated with respect before, we never see them again and they aren't just here for like 5 seconds and it's like, bye. They have a chance. They have a chance to go out with a bang and make us happy while they do it. And I hope that they don't squander that chance. So we'll see. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.